Hey everyone, it's me Barb, and I'm here to show you how to catch all the shiny magical creatures that you could ever want in Hogwarts Legacy. So if you see that little plus or star symbol next to this Puffskein offspring's name, that means it is shiny. We're gonna go ahead and brush this little cutie. There we go. If you keep them brushed and fed, you do get magical materials. You have to go a little bit closer to interact and gather the magical material. But shiny just means a rare color variant. And it does have some benefits for you getting that rare color variant. I have noticed when I breed shiny magical creatures, their offspring are more often than not shiny. So that is super awesome. And as you can see, each and every one of these beautiful little magical creatures are shiny. So I have noticed little Puffskein offspring are a different shade as babies when they're shiny. I haven't had one grow up to be an adult yet, but I did catch these wild Puffskein shinies as adults, and you can see they're a different color. This is a shiny Kneasel, shiny mooncalfs, and shiny nifflers. So a couple things will make this easier for you. First off, you will want to go into settings whenever you are hunting magical beast. And it's up to you if you do this or not, but this does make it to where they will not flee. You can also catch them more quickly because there's less button interaction. So you go into here, change your difficulty to whatever you have it on, right? Change it to story. If you're catching beasts in story mode, all you have to do when you go to catch the beast, when you're casting your knapsack spell, is cast the spell and point the bag at them. You don't have to then press square repeatedly to catch them. So it makes you be able to catch them more quickly. So if you're catching a bunch to rehome humanely at the shop in Hogsmeade for money, that's going to make it go much more quickly for you, and that's going to equal more money. And if you're catching a rare shiny, like let's say a shiny unicorn or thestral or something like that, it's going to have less a chance to get away from you because those can be more complicated to catch. Now, another thing I wanted to show you is you may have noticed that all the mooncalfs I have are shiny. And here's our little babies, shiny little baby mooncalfs. Let's go ahead and pet that cutie. There we go. And you can pet the babies too. Oh, I didn't interact with the right one. There we go. You can pet the babies too. There we go. And what you'll want to do before doing any of this, obviously, is progress your main story and your story quest with Deke enough to unlock the vivarium and the knapsack. And if you progress a bit further, you'll unlock these breeding chambers, right? So while we're out and about, we do want to breed some. You do have to have an empty space. And the only downside to this being so effective, guys, is I sometimes have to rehome shinies because otherwise this would be perpetually full. So we're going to go ahead and move these little babies to the cell bag. My beast inventory is, I call it the cell bag. So what we're going to do is I have a male and female Puffskein mama and daddy, and I have a male and female mooncalf mama and daddy. So I can safely sell these babies. I do want to keep one Puffskein offspring to see how it grows up. And this one is a mooncalf offspring. I want to see how long it takes them to grow up. So I'm going to move a couple out of there. And we're going to go ahead and interact with the breeding chamber. And it's going to show in the thumbnail non-shinies, but it's going to take whatever you have and put it in there. So I'm going to put a mooncalf in there. And we want to keep these going constantly because this will be your passive income. And also, if you don't have a shiny and you are breeding your animals, you have a chance of getting a shiny. So the next thing I would like to show you is up here in another vivarium. So spoilers ahead, you do get more than one vivarium. You get 4 vivariums. I currently have 3 of them unlocked. I'm trying to breed for a shiny unicorn, right? I did this with my griffins. So Highwing, and whichever griffin paired with Highwing, I think it was Caligo, gave me this hippogriff here. Sorry, I called him a griffin earlier. This beautiful baby shiny hippogriff. So I'm trying with unicorns, and until these are ready in 17 minutes, I don't think it's going to let me know if they're shiny or not. But what I do is every time I come in here, I obviously will pet my magical creatures, but I make sure I have someone going in the breeding chamber because I have not got a shiny unicorn yet. And personally, I think the best way to get a shiny unicorn will be through breeding. And someone correct me if I'm wrong or if they can't be shiny, because in their den, I only ever see one unicorn spawn. So going back to that den and spawning a unicorn every single time, one at a time, over and over, makes it very hard to get a shiny. So I recommend doing unicorns through breeding and more rare beasts like that. Like, I did catch one shiny Thestral in the wild, but I did also breed one. So the other tip is make sure you're breeding them, even if you don't have the shiny. So I bred this hippogriff off of non-shinies. This Thestral, one of the parents was shiny. The Thestral seemed to be far easier to get. The hippogriff seemed to take forever, and I'm still working on the unicorns. So I don't know what the increased chance is, but I think there is an increased chance if you have one of the parents or both of the parents as shiny. So the other thing I wanted to show you is how to guaranteed get your first shiny magical beast immediately without any risk and without even having to hunt. So you may be asking, well, how do I do this? That sounds amazing. We're going to go to the map and we're going to go to world map. You probably will need flying unlocked. We're going to go way down here and you're going to press your zoom in button and you'll see it shows you then the beast paws, right? I'm going to track this one, this mooncalf den way here in the south. And we're going to go over there. So we're going to teleport to this point here. And we're going to go straight over to that spot. Now, if it's daytime when you get there, you're going to change it to nighttime. We're going to go ahead and fly now. And we see we have it tracked. So it shows you right here. And it's pretty darn quick to get there. This is also one of my favorite points for farming out magical beasts for making money. And you'll see why. So it's daytime. We're going to go ahead and land here. And I like to come up and make the paw disappear. And then there's this little circle right here. I'm going to go ahead and set myself to capture mode because we're going to change it from day to night in the map. Whatever option it is for your console, I'm playing a PS5 controller on PC. I press and hold R3 and I press X. It's going to change to nighttime. This mooncalf den, for some reason, is the only den I've found in the entirety of the world. It spawns in all shinies. So mooncalves aren't that hard to capture, but since we're on story mode, all we have to do is press the button. We don't even have to press square, and there's no chance of them fleeing. So guaranteed first shiny here, pretty darn easy. And what I do is I go around and I catch every shiny in here because these are easy money. Shinies sell for the same as regular magical beasts at the shop in Hogsmeade. The shop in Hogsmeade is over here. We go Hogsmeade map. It is this shop, Brood and Peck. You'll want to teleport to North Hogsmeade, track this and run to Brood and Peck, and this is where you can sell or humanely rehome all of your extra magical creatures for 120 money each. You'll want to fill your knapsack to max, which I believe is roughly 20, and go over there and sell them. Obviously, keep the shinies you want for breeding. Get yourself a male and female pair. Now, the other tip I have for you is out on the world map. Search for what you're looking for, right? Beast-wise. If you want some nifflers, go over to this niffler den, which is adorable. They have like a treasure stack, right? And there are more than one niffler den around the map. If you want a unicorn, it's up in here. So if you want a unicorn, fly to Upper Hogsfield, right? Or teleport to Upper Hogsfield and then fly to this unicorn den, right? So basically, the best ones for farming money, I personally go between this Puffskein den, which is the original one you do in the story quest, and this all shiny mooncalf den down here. There we go, this one. If I alternate between those two twice, I will have my bags full. And since I set it on story mode, they will not run from me whatsoever. Now, if you want to go to harder to catch dens like Thestrals, Unicorns, Hippogriff, they tend to have less individual beasts spawning at them. You can still insta-catch those. So if we go and we capture a unicorn, it will be an insta-catch. It cannot run from us since we have it set in story mode. Now, obviously, when you're done with all your hunting, you're going to go into your settings and change it back to whatever mode you play on. Because, I mean, although story mode is great for making your shinies not run from you, it's not so fun for playing on unless you're into that kind of thing. So let's go ahead and go on back into our Hogwarts map and go to our secret rooms, right? We're going to go back in to the room of requirement. Oops, I track that thing all the time. And what I find so incredibly amazing about this is I only have 3 of these unlocked, right? But that means we can keep multiple breeding chambers going, which is more passive income. So when you're just playing, you can come back here and you're like, oh, well, I've got, you know, an extra basically 1,000 money sitting here unless it's my shiny. So this guy, I believe, is still breeding. I'm trying to get a shiny Deary Call. But if we come in here, I'll show you some of my other shinies real quick because I kind of figure you guys might want to see what they look like. Jabbernull is gray with white spots. Deary Call male shiny is white. The female naturally is a cream color. I do not know what the female shiny looks like or if it's the same. I have not run into one yet. I'm still hunting for a shiny Fooper. I'm still hunting for a female Fooper, which I have not run into at all. But look at this beautiful little Jabbernull. They're absolutely worth searching for the shiny. And I do recommend when you're hunting shiny Jabbernull, just point your bag at the tree and catch every single one of them because it's really hard to see when they're flying around if they're shiny or not. But one of my favorite shinies is this one, beautifully speckled. Let's find our other shiny baby, Deary. Where'd he go? There he is. So you can see a very beautiful shiny here. And it doesn't change the materials you get from it. It's just, you know, for the sake of having a beautiful shiny creature that's an alternate color and for the rarity. But I would say so far the hardest one for me has been Unicorn. And I do know they're a beast I have not got to in the storyline yet. And I do have a vivarium I haven't opened yet. So there will be ones that I'm certain will be harder that are maybe locked behind certain quest unlocks. And when we get there, I'll put a video out for you, but hopefully these tips help. Just make sure you're saying to yourself, if you don't want to risk your shinies fleeing, set yourself in story mode while you're catching. And if you want to make money, go between dens that have lots of critters. It doesn't matter how hard or easy they are to catch, because if you put yourself in story mode, they are a guaranteed catch. And just have fun with your shiny hunt and let me know in the comments below what was your first shiny and what shiny are you working on. And I'm hoping that this was at least somewhat helpful for you. Between these two things, you should be able to get rich and catch any shiny without it fleeing. Thanks again for hanging out, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day playing Hogwarts Legacy. And until next time, I'll see you then, guys. Bye for now.